I just cleaned it up and it's kind of working better. I was going to take one of these pads right here. This is out of an old broken PS3 controller. And these actually work really well for these. I was just going to cut the old one off and glue the new one on. But I got this other one working pretty reliably. It's on a 5-volt, so it's moving slow. But yeah, this arm stuff's still got to be fixed. But at least I don't have to go in here anymore. I hope so. Oh, and that rattle I was talking about, that's not in the base. It's actually down here in the bottom somewhere. So there must be a broken piece of plastic or something. Who knows? I had no clue that the hat arm was belt driven in a 2002. Look, it's belt driven. The hip mech is belt driven. This is belt driven, but this is not belt driven. What is this thing? I thought everything was. I didn't think. I thought that. Okay, I knew this does not have a belt in it, but I didn't think this had a belt in it or this. I thought it was all gear driven. I'm so confused. Okay, yeah, this thing's officially looking like a demon at this point. Like, look, you can't even really tell what it is. But, like, arms down here with the real arms up there. I found the split gear on the hat mech. Oh, nice. So, is that a dog hair? It's a hair of some sort. You can see the crack in it, though. Can you see the crack? You can see that dark line. Dark line right through there, that's a crack. So I gotta replace this. Found the split gear and the spinning arm. Oh Lord. It may be visible. Ow. You can just barely kind of see it right there. See that crack running through it right there? It's split. And look how weird the mech is. It's running one of these motors. Like, look at it. Why are you okay. Very strange. For some reason it thinks that glob of that's a face right there. It thinks this is a face. It worked. Okay, basically what I've decided I'm gonna do for the lights is I have to grab it. It's not that wire, but it's the wire down in there. I have this red wire, and basically I'm just gonna make this into an extension. Oh, stepped on tape. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Since I'm actually able to solder this wire, instead of trying to solder these together, I'm going to extend it out by soldering this wire to these two. Like you know, cutting it in half and actually having the wires come out. So basically it's gonna have red wires for an extension so that it can actually spin. I didn't notice this till recently, but I'm gonna have to open the base back up again because somehow that got stuck down in there like that. I don't even know how that happens. Yeah, but it's stuck in there. But I did put batteries in. Yes, I did. And the hat on works. The motor's kind of slow. Plus it's kind of stiff too. Come on, we cannot ignore the derpy head. Looks like a pancake. This time it seems to be a lot better. What I did was I took the wire where it was so short and I extended it with this red wire, and it's soldered back here and up here. Like, you can probably still see where it's, actually you can't, well, you can see that tape right there. Right, that black tape. Well, you can't really see it, but right there, that little black tape right there, that's where it was originally. That's where it's that's where it's soldered back here, and then the solder up here. Now the mechanism is a lot louder now than it used to be, but like I said, but the gear was split, so it was kind of pointless. But that was nasty. But it does fully work now. It seems to be doing a lot better. Just trying to make sure that none of the stuffing gets in on the mechanism here to jam it, but I guess it just needs sewed up now. I think I'm finished with it. I'm gonna call this finished. We're also gonna put that snowflake on there, but yeah, I'm gonna call that finished. Well, I'll show you when I'm actually finished with it, when it's all sewed up. The only thing that could possibly come off of it would be or the possibly break, be the spinning arm, because everything's put back together. It's all sewed up. Here it is, and it's working order. Well, yeah. Show the second song. Yeah, these really are not a reliable variant at all. Now, I want somebody please notify me on something here. Is there any chance that they made like mixed versions when they were switching over to belt drive? Because okay, this one there's a couple things that are just weird to me. Number one is the fact that the only gear-driven mechanism in this thing is the spinning arm. This is belt-driven, the hips are belt-driven, and the head mechanism is belt-driven. And the other thing is that these holes, I don't know if you can tell, but they literally look like somebody walked up with a drill and just drilled them in. And it was the same way with the holes in the hand mechanism right here. I mean, there were still pieces of plastic coming off. You know, like when you drill through something and like shavings of plastic come off? There were still shavings of plastic on it from where it looked like it was drilled through. And they were not like, they didn't look clean either. They were still like very rough and jaggedy. It's the same way with this hole back here, and this was all stuck down, and I literally, there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing to hold it in place. I just pushed up on the black part of the base, and it kind of went up into place there. I don't know. It's very strange. You can see like, you can see some like jaggedy plastic in there, and the jaggedy plastic is what's holding it in place. But I mean, there's nothing kind of making it look like it could be a weird variance or anything. It's just odd that it has, you know, it's not fully gear driven, and that it has a bunch of belt driven mechanisms in it. Like here's the bottom there. And if you're wondering how I got this to stay, what I did was I took this, show you what I did. I took this piece right here. Oh, sorry about that. I took this piece right here and I stuck it up on here to where it was prying it open, and I took a lighter and heated it up so that it would stay in the open position, because it just wasn't open enough. That's what was making it not stay on before. But yeah, these batteries are pretty dead. I'm just probably gonna keep these batteries in it. These batteries are really dead. But yeah, this is basically like 5 hours of work to fix to fix the hat arm, the spinning arm, and the lights. So, well, and the button. The button I didn't do anything but take it apart again. For whatever reason, it still wasn't working good. I just took it apart, put some WD-40 on this rag, and I just wiped it off, and then it's working again. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with the way it turned out. You can see the stitching and stuff on it. You can see the glove, where the glove had to be cut open again from where, because I fixed it once and it broke off. So I had to be cut open for a second time, and as you can see, it didn't go as clean this time. But you can see like the stitching up the back of the arm there looks pretty good. None of this got cut. This up here did. And then the back of his head for the mechanism up there. But other than that, I mean, it works pretty good. The arm mechanism is really, really loud with the new gears I put in. For whatever reason, the new gears I put in, the teeth on them are just ever so slightly like a millimeter thinner than the other ones. That explains why it's so kind of noisy now, but it should work for quite a few years. But yeah. Oh, by the way, I sewed my Frosty back up again, and the hips are acting like they're not going to work, and I'm not going to fix them if they break. They're just going to stay broken. So yeah, I'll only take it apart whenever the hat arm splits. But other than that, yeah, this is Mr. Tucson.